I'm just a guy who plays games, and today we are going to continue playing XCOM 2 War of the Chosen. I've got to say, response to my video has been practically viral. 34 views and 6 subscribers. You can't beat those numbers. You just can't. But that's actually more than I expected to get, because, you know, I've got 4 friends. And if every one of them watched it, I don't know, 8 times? Yeah, that didn't happen. So anyway, we'll keep going with this. I also want to start out this episode with just a little shout out to a man named Jam Sponge. His real name's Matt Lees, but somehow Jam Sponge is his handle. Man must like jam. Anyway, he's got his own XCOM series going on, but you may also know him from Shut Up and Sit Down and his video channel Cool Ghosts. It's sort of his series that's inspired me to do this. He's, I gotta say, really bad at this game. But he'll also never hear me say this, so I kind of don't feel so bad mentioning that. Anyway, his video series has kind of kicked my butt into doing this one, and it's much appreciated. So, last time around, let's recap what happened. I think Deadbeat missed a lot of guys, because he's a loser. Deliverance slashed a bunch of guys, because he's a winner. Joker just about got killed, because, I don't know. And finally, Deadbeat redeemed himself by laying down some smackdown, which was pretty good. Alright, so this time around, I think we'll end up getting into a little bit more of the story for War of the Chosen. Now, normally I'd skip those videos because I don't know who actually wants to sit through them. Maybe some people do, maybe some people don't. But in this case, I think my 2 little buddies, Hugo and Oscar, might appreciate seeing some of the story. So I'm going to leave them in there. Okay, let's get going. Last time around, we just got an engineer. We set that engineer up to clear the debris over here. So we're ready to head back to the globe.
Local resistance forces in the area can get you into the site, but you will need to make contact with their network first. This is only the beginning, Commander. Your leadership will be a beacon to our people across the globe.
And the Black Site mission will be familiar to anybody who's played the last version of the game. It's basically the first chance you get to really set back the alien plans, but it takes a little bit of something. I usually wait till we've got better weapons, bigger squads, that sort of thing. So we'll see how long it takes to get there. They're going to ask me to go for rookies, apparently. I don't want rookies. If I go and find the colony with rookies, I'll get a bunch of soldiers that are from the random pool rather than my friends. All of my friends are in the recruitment pool on the ship, so we're going to stick with that. However, yeah, there's a mission to do an engineer, so we'll head over there. Here, Mr. Engineer. Here, boy, come on.
This will prove to have been an important breakthrough.
Oh, yeah. So, this one, I think I told you, I've never seen it before. It looks like it's upgrading conventional weapons, which is interesting. I've seen ones that upgrade one weapon type, but not the whole group. My guess is that means that if you upgrade a weapon type, the upgrade sticks through all the tiers of the weapon as it advances in technology. For this one, I wonder if it just stops after the first tier, meaning conventional. Even so, a +1 on all of these things right now, that's a really good thing. And yep, +1 damage, so very nice. This one is always a tough choice for me. I usually end up going for hybrid materials because that gets us closer to better armor, but in this case, I think I'm going to go for communications so we can get more income.
I foresee a number of valuable applications stemming from this technology. I'll have a report assembled as soon as the research is complete.
Basically
From
lets
my own
us
experience, Advent
lets us make contact with other areas, which then gives us more income each month, which is kind of nice. So, back to the engineer. And the room is clear. Cool. Let's just take a look here. Okay, empty room, debris, power coil. Machinery takes longer to dig through, so we've only got one engineer. Let's go through, clean out this one. And then in here, they added a new room called the Training Center, which helps you with soldier bonds, which is something we didn't pay a lot of attention to last time, but we're going to today. So let's build that. Soldier bonds basically let the soldiers work better together, adds a few powers to them, which is kind of interesting, kind of neat, and it can be very helpful. Okay, so we've got a new engineer. Let's go assign him before we investigate those supplies. Yeah, he can start digging out the alien machinery, and then once this guy's clear, he can come over and help. And then we'll get through that a little more quickly. And then we are off to the supplies.
Avenger plotting new course.
And if I'm moving a little more quickly today, it's just because I know the next mission is a long one. It's part of the storyline. It's worth seeing.
You are too
Here it is.
trusting, John. The skirmishers are Advent. Advent is the enemy. The enemy is food.
Try not to bring that up when we meet, Volk.
You take their side after all we've seen these years.
Look, I'm not exactly having drinks with them, but they did hold up their end of the bargain. What about you?
Wait and see. Volk out.
Actually think they might show up. Commander, that was Konstantin Volokov, Volk to his friends. He and his Reapers are a big part of the reason why you're standing here today. Volk may be a little rough around the edges, but he's the real deal. Heads one of 3 resistance groups operating independently from us that we consider a legitimate threat to Advent. Together, they'd make one hell of a fighting force. Too bad they hate each other. Still, we've made some unlikely progress. Volk's Reapers may have found you, but they weren't acting alone. They were tipped off by a group of Advent defectors known as the Skirmishers. No one's big on working with these guys, knowing where they came from. But you wouldn't be here without their help. Both the Reapers and the Skirmishers have agreed to suspend hostilities provided you serve as the go-between. Trust doesn't come easy between these two, so we're heading for a nice quiet spot on neutral ground. Even so, let's not take any chances. Intel on this area is weak, and we're picking up strange chatter on comms. Not to mention we're ending a decade-long blood feud today. I'd advise our soldiers to be fully prepared before we deploy on this one, Commander. Good luck.
If you've got the time, we have a little bit of a situation here that could benefit from your help.
Okay.
Not sure how long our contacts are going to wait for us, Commander, so I'd recommend we proceed as soon as possible. All available soldiers are standing by to deploy.
We get a scientist and some intel for this one, which is nice, but kind of have to do it anyway, so
Setting course for Sector
Off we
15,
go.
West Asia.
Each faction has agreed to allow a 2-person squad to escort them to the rendezvous point. Hopefully that should be enough to keep them from killing each other. We've got a temporary ceasefire in place for the duration of the meet, but still, that doesn't mean we shouldn't be ready for anything.
they've changed the format up on this mission. Basically, you've got 2 squads, each with 2 people in them. And, well, what we want to pay attention to today is the soldier bonds. So let's just see what's going on here.
Commander,
Each of our soldiers has a unique relationship with their squad mates. As they complete combat missions together, their compatibility will grow and can eventually develop into a lasting bond.
Okay. You can see it gives you the list of all the other soldiers and compatibility with them. 5.4 isn't actually very high. It goes up to like 10 or something. Even so, Deadbeat's injured, so we can't pull him into the mission anyway. And it appears Skater does not play well with others. Huh. Alright, so let's skip Skater. Let's go over Deliverance and see who he likes. Well, he likes Joker. But Joker's injured too. Yeah. Man, why can't we just get along? What is going on here? Alright, well, because we want soldiers to improve their bonds, we're just going to have to skip these two guys and go for someone else. Next on the list is Too Tall. Alright, let's see what we got going on with him. Very high with Deadbeat, who's injured. Oh, and he gets along with Smiley. Okay, let's do that. Alright, so here we have Nell's Too Tall L. The man with the plan, sporting the shotgun and the sword now, because he's a ranger. Nels, I apologize. I'm kind of hard on my rangers. We'll see how this goes. And this over here is Gord Smiley R. Gord's another former co-worker of mine. He left our company to do work for the U.S. Air Force. So in a weird kind of way, he has vague connection to the military. Although he was just doing, you know, software-related stuff. Anyway, I like the model for Gord. For the white hair, he's got that going on. So I like a lot of these models. It's really amazing what you can do when you start fiddling around with these guys and putting them together. Next up, well, we already know these two don't get along with anybody. By the way, we'll fix that later. As we recruit other people, we'll get the mix broader, and chances are there'll be people that they get along with. But let's just go down the list here. Let's see if Bellyache likes anyone. Oh, he likes Foose. Good deal. Okay. So, here we have Bruce Bellyache L. Bruce actually was in the military, so he's the most soldierly friend I have, which honestly isn't saying a lot. But, and the nickname Bellyache, well, that comes for obvious reasons. Right, Bruce? Obvious reasons. Moving over here, Eric Foose D. Eric is another old co-worker. Used to go to lunch with him a lot, hang out a fair bit. He is very into gaming, so we've done some gaming together as well, which, you know, for a guy who just plays games, it's always something I enjoy. Foose, because he was not only the office foosball champion, he is an internationally ranked player. And I'm telling you, I don't know how often you run across those guys. I sure hadn't until I met him. Okay, let's get the mission going.
Sky Ranger deployed.
Squad green to deploy.
The Reapers and skirmishers have been at each other's throats for years, so we're keeping the exact meeting point strictly need to know. You'll split into 2 squads, rendezvous with each faction, and bring their envoy directly to the location of the meet. Officially, this city no longer exists, so we don't expect a lot in the way of advent resistance. Still, keep your eyes peeled. It's been about 20 years since we last stepped foot in this place.
Sounds good, Central.
Proceed to the first set of coordinates. Firebrand and the second team will head to the next drop point.
Detecting increasing biological signatures in the area ahead.
Then I'd say we're in the right place. Stay sharp out there today, people. Just because this city was abandoned doesn't mean it's lifeless.
If you are hungry, there's more where that came from. Impressive reflexes, but unnecessary.
Stand down. We're all friends here.
You are safe here. More so than you imagine. We shall see if the same holds true for these skirmishers of yours. Your presence already disturbs them. We must move quickly. My people will take care of this camp. Come.
Uploading the coordinates to the rendezvous point now. We've plotted the most direct route there. We don't know much about the skirmisher contact you'll be meeting other than his name. Mox.
Mox. Praetor Mox. His death squads wiped out entire camps of my people in the first years of the war. You would dare do this?
Pretty sure hands are bloody on both sides of this fight. That's the whole point of this intervention.
Reapers are born in the shadows, in the cold, harsh world that was waiting for us out there. We rely on stealth and long-range attacks, and our marksmen are unmatched by even the best XCOM has to offer.
So this is just telling us about the Reapers. It's a new class they've added. Outrider here is one of them. When they're concealed, they move a little bit faster. Their concealment's better than your typical ranger too. The enemy has to get closer to them before they can see them. And once they start shooting, they don't automatically lose concealment. There's just a % chance that they will. The more they shoot, the higher the percent. They are interesting. They make really good scouts. So what we're going to do is move forward pretty quickly and scout it out.
Run.
Damaged and dormant all these years, these devices still emit trace elements of unstable radiation. I cannot fathom what they were like in their original function.
We were there, Doctor. You're better off having missed it.
Will do.
Location confirmed.
And here we go.
No more time for regrets. We are not alone.
Those things, they still look like people.
What was human died years ago. Only the taint of the aliens survives now. Where there is one, more will follow. You must not hesitate to destroy them.
These creatures' DNA has mutated well beyond what we would classify as human. Perhaps the result of long-term exposure to the alien radiation from those pods. Though why anyone would subject themselves to that, I cannot imagine.
When the governments fell, millions starved. Many fled to cities such as this to scavenge for food. They did not heed the warnings.
So, welcome to the Lost, because what you really need during an alien invasion are zombies, which is basically what these things are. Alright. we are going to take some height with
I go where you tell me.
Outrider here. The Reapers are also really good shots. Better than your typical sniper, but they don't do quite as much damage. Still, with our upgrade, we're doing alright damage here.
These creatures' true strength lies in their numbers. As you can see, they fall easily. If we are careful with our shots, we will prevail.
So you saw up here, there was a % chance she'd become visible once she shot, and she did not. The more I shoot, the worse chances, well, the more there is a chance that she'll become visible. And every time you shoot, it checks. It's also telling us an interesting thing about the Lost. Every time you shoot them, you're doing a headshot. Yeah, typical zombie stuff. But you get your action back if you hit and kill. So, basically you can chain the kills one after another until you either miss or you don't kill them.
Tell your gods I'm coming. I need more ammunition. We can no longer hide.
And there you see she got revealed. Doesn't matter at this point,
Give me time to reload.
because there's nothing to see her right now anyway. Alright. I'm a fan of height. Always a fan of height.
Copy that.
And there's more. And that's the thing about the Lost. You don't just get one or two. You get a bunch.
My people have encountered these beings before. At first, they may appear mindless, but they hear quite well. In great numbers, they can be very deadly.
Okay, so I was giving Smiley the shot there to get him a little experience. But, as he can't see the other ones, it's up to too tall. Nicely done.
Neutralized.
And I think at this point, advance a little.
Rolling. Scanning.
Stay up. Or
As you
go
order,
down?
Commander.
That's long range for a shotgun. I'm not surprised he missed.
Adjusting aim.
Alright. Let's get Smiley over here too.
Confirmed.
Take a few shots with him. It's not a good chance, but it doesn't matter. They're not going to get to us too quickly here.
Enemy destroyed.
And there we go with the promotion that I wanted, so that's all good. Nice.
Target down. Could use some ammo over here.
Whew. Beating the odds, hitting all of those.
I'm all out. Let's rock.
Okay. Just go on over.
I see everything.
What? Oh, that's a shame.
An entire city of our own people left to turn into these things.
Yes. All we can offer them now is a merciful death.
But that gives Too Tall a chance to shine. There we go.
Target disabled. Need a resupply. Ready to go.
life is in your hands.
Okay, she's got some shots. Now let's take them.
No one will mourn them. I need more ammo! Return to your gods. Loading I will fresh need more ammo.
Okay.
That's affirmative. Overwatch!
Overwatch for the win. Or not.
Not even close.
These creatures are worse even than Advent. They have no cause, no fear. They simply exist. If we do not defeat the aliens soon, we will become little more than they are.
Enemies down.
And this is where a ranger really shines. You get up close, boom, things fall.
Hostile neutralized.
I'm just gonna reload.
Ready to rock.
Volk says I am to obey. My turn on watch.
This guy, I'm gonna move up a little further.
Will do. Extraction point is close, but looks like these things don't want to make it easy for you.
We will make it to your pet Advent in time. We risk all this for pray tell Mox? If he is not what you say he is, I shall kill him myself.
Looking forward to this meeting already.
I understand.
Now we're just basically running for it. The interesting thing about the Lost is you don't really need cover against them.
Roger.
They have to run up and hit you. So standing out in the middle of nowhere, although it feels completely wrong, doesn't always hurt you.
Biological signatures are grouping into a singular mass. One closing in on this position.
A swarm. We must push forward before it arrives.
And
Moving.
we're out.
You should have a clear path through now. Second squad is already en route to Mox. Proceed to the rendezvous and await their arrival.
Oh, we'll be there.
So that went pretty well. I have to say, I've done it a few times, mind you, but it went pretty well.
Looks like trouble ahead. The rendezvous could be compromised. Stay focused. Contact! Get down! We may have a bigger problem here. I'm guessing that's our man. Well, our contact anyway.
Crocksod. Advent. Hobbit. Voxtala. 410. They were sent here to hunt, to purge the Drop 10, the Lost. Our meeting point is still secure. She is free of the imposter gods. I would give anything that all my kind could say the same. Even sit down with your Reapers. Now, we must go.
Rendezvous with Outrider is further ahead. Proceed through this district as quickly as possible, but be careful. Something tells me this city still has a few more surprises to throw our way.
Surprises are the least of our worries today. It is these Reapers of yours that are of true concern.
We, the Skirmishers, were created by the false gods of this world to serve and die as their puppets. We retain all that we were and more, and our prowess in battle serves us well in our cause. In close combat, None can stand opposed to us.
So the interesting thing about these skirmishers is they can shoot twice per turn. Typically a shot ends your turn, but these guys not so much. Also, they've got a grappling hook that lets them move around the terrain a little more quickly. Plus, they can use it to pull an enemy to them, and then they pull out their ripjack and basically punch the guy. Which is kinda neat sometimes.
Got it covered. Good to go.
Although if you don't manage to kill the guy you just pulled to you,
You hear that?
that's trouble. So speaking of the grappling hook, let's see if we can get a little height advantage going here. Kinda don't like it because there's no cover, but it doesn't take an action, so we can move once we're up there.
Don't remember seeing these things before.
You were not meant to. Purifiers were created with a singular purpose, to contain the Drop 10, the Lost. We must eliminate this patrol quickly before others arrive.
Fine by me. Take them down.
Now these guys basically have flamethrowers, which means that they're not shooting at us in the traditional sense. They've got to get fairly close and then, shoot the jet of flame at you. Having said that, they also have big explosive packs on their back, big explosive packs of fuel, so they will explode. And I have in the past done the justice move, which is using the grappling hook to pull the guy to you, and then ripjacked him and had him explode right in my face. So, we're not going to do that today. We're just going to take the shot.
You weren't kidding when you said those tanks could explode.
Man.
Careful with these things. We don't need to take any unnecessary chances.
Nasty. 44% is not good. Okay.
Moving!
And we've got flanking. So let's take the shot. 66 isn't great. Ah, missed.
That is not good.
Okay. I think what I want to do then... 65. Yeah, we'll try it. Oh, nice.
Target eliminated.
The patrol has been liberated. May their lives not be lost in vain. We must push forward and complete our mission.
Works for me. Move out.
Yeah, we'll push forward after we've reloaded.
Ready to go. Affirmative. Moving out. Locked and loaded.
Because you never know when there's going to be a zombie uprising.
On my way.
To that position.
Anything? No.
I await their approach.
Moving to designated coordinates. Heading to that location.
As you order.
A bit of a staggered battle line there.
This is no patrol. It's an army.
Yes, one we do not have time to face.
Everyone, get back!
So the question I ask myself is, why isn't Mox that accurate all the time? I mean, jeez.
Purifiers may be down, but unfortunately, that was our extraction point.
I fear that is not the worst of it. Multiple biological signatures rapidly on approach to your position.
The Lost. The sound of combat excites them. They are drawn to it.
And you just blew up a fuel truck?
There was no other choice. Find an alternate exit. We will deal with the Lost. Draklar. Dashers. They are not as docile as the rest of their kind.
An apt description. It would seem the mutation has somehow accelerated these Dashers' metabolism, allowing enhanced speed and agility, with a corresponding increase in aggression.
Which means some of them are faster and tougher than the rest. Alright, so once again, height is our friend.
On it!
Double time.
Yes, Commander.
And Mox can't run far enough, but the grappling is recharged. And that's a nice spot
Changing
right up
position.
there.
I stand ready.
Down it goes.
The shockwave of that explosion reverberated throughout most of the city. I would expect a significant reaction from the Lost.
The only reaction I will accept from them is their deaths. Find us that exit.
Oh, that was a quick miss. That's alright.
Target neutralized.
That's why we've got 3 of them. Now the interesting thing here, you can see he doesn't actually have a shot on that guy because he's right below, which you'd think would be an easy shot, but we've got a little crossfire going here, so that's good.
We triumph. My weapon is nearly empty. Reload.
And now we're basically just waiting
No
3
trespassers.
turns until they can get us a new extraction point.
Come get some.
Shooting buildings again, are you, Bruce? Nice. See, that's how it's done, Bruce, right there.
Hotter than we thought. Gonna need a little more time.
Understood. Holding position.
Good riddance. Running dry on ammo. Shot wide.
Oh, another miss.
Weapons
too
empty.
bad.
Can't engage. Enemies
That's right, Bellyache. Let's get it done.
My ammo's running low.
So at this point, we're just cleaning up the mess, so to speak.
Reloaded. Negative. Weapons dry. Adjusting aim.
Huh. You know, when we can actually hit. Alright, move over a little bit, just to get a better angle on things.
Non-evade detection.
Nice.
I am the victor.
Think we've got something here. Just need another minute.
You have your minute.
Oh yeah! Enemy down. Got it covered. Good riddance. Back online. Moving to Overwatch.
I must reload.
Readings are all over the place. The Lost are almost right on top of you. These Lost seem to be pretty sensitive to noise. The sounds of combat are likely to draw even more of them. We found a new route that should get you to the rendezvous point safely. The Lost are still converging on the area, so make it fast.
That will not be a problem.
Man, Mox just sounds so confident. Me? I'm gonna run like a little girl.
Running! On the move!
A long approach.
There's trouble right here in River City. But we are close enough that we're gonna get out of here this turn, and everything will be fine.
Rolling out!
Capital T, that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool.
Outrider and the first team should be waiting for you ahead. I know this wasn't the easiest stop, but I have to believe it'll still be worth it in the end.
That depends on the Reapers.
So that went all right. Usually the Lost aren't too bad in that one, but the flamethrowers. Oy.
Rendezvous point directly ahead. Let's try and play nice today, people.
So, Advent's most brutal captain comes to atone for his crimes.
I am no longer that being. I am free now.
Taking off that helmet does not change what you are. Reapers have long memories. Elder Cruxard. Anytime.
The way I see it, we have two options. Join forces and kick the Elders off our world, or kill each other here and now. The choice is yours.
No one has ever done that before. No one shall ever do that again.
What the hell is that?
Vox Prima, Elder Assassin, relentless death that stalks my kind. Butcher of free Advent.
My people face another like her. They are the undying, Advent's curse upon us. We must combine strength if we are to have any chance of success.
You are welcome to try.
Yeah. Welcome to the Chosen.
Space of beings such as this.
They appeared without warning years ago. Had they not, we would have already regained our home.
Such arrogance. The Elder's will extends throughout the universe. I am but one of their instruments.
So, she's invisible. That's the first thing to keep in mind.
As you order, Commander.
Our Reaper can go back into concealment, and we're going to do that.
My watch begins.
Roger that!
We're just going to spread people out a little here.
Closing on target position now. Moving Overwatch.
I must run.
It's interesting that he keeps trying to go down like that, just because these guys are in this little depression here. Alright, so let's get everybody lined up.
So many have already fallen.
So, problems with this person. First one, they have Shadow Step, which means they don't trigger Overwatch. Not good. Second one, they are watchful. They can enter Overwatch upon ending their turn. Not handy either. Explosions do more damage to them, and Reapers tend to kick their butt. All good.
And yet my work is never done.
But the whole invisible part is, well, shall we say frustrating? And let's bear in mind, she does not trigger Overwatch fire. So you got a few choices when you're fighting her. You can kind of go looking for her. If you manage to get a soldier close enough, she will appear. But it is not by any means, aha, guaranteed that you'll manage to find her. There she is though. So we're gonna open up with the Reaper, who does extra damage on her. Huh. Okay.
Heading to that location.
Wow, I got really lucky spotting her right away.
I had not expected this conflict to be so exhilarating. You surprise me, XCOM. Still, the Elder's will is that none survive this day. I cannot leave that to fortune.
The sonic dispersal waves emitting from that pod are crisscrossing a massive area.
Meaning that thing just rang the dinner bell for every remaining Lost in the city.
An accurate assessment. The entire Lost biomass seems to be converging on this position.
Then let's get you all the hell out of there. Firebrand's en route to the evac coordinates now. Get moving.
Okay, I'm gonna say, I made that look way easier than it should have been. That did not give you a good idea of how hard it is to fight the Chosen. It is brutal sometimes.
Good to go.
But as you can see, now and again, you can get away with murder. I just got really lucky. Now what we're doing now is we're moving up the side here. We're gonna stick to the heights and make our way up to another building, so we can move through it to the extraction zone. As we all know, height is our friend until they start climbing up to us. Jeepers.
Initial analysis of these creatures' movement patterns reveals an almost coordinated attack strategy. Perhaps they are not the mindless automatons they initially appeared to be. An intriguing, if not horrific, possibility.
Target down.
Well, like I said, a ranger is your friend at close range. So we just took too tall to clean up the close by ones.
Moving out.
And we'll get him moving over. What we want to do... Oh, okay. We want to get to this alleyway and get up through to the extraction point.
Moving on target location.
I am at your service. Return to your gods.
Still not revealed.
I'll need more
Wow.
ammo soon.
That is amazing. We'll get it on this one, though.
No one will mourn them. My ammo has run dry. The shadows fail us.
You may have noticed some of those Lost now are starting to have 4 hits. Typically her weapon would have done 3 to 5 damage, so she wouldn't have been able to drop all of them. But that upgrade we got, +1 on all conventional weapons, is really shining through right now.
Rolling out.
Mox needs to basically head for cover. What's he got? 53 to hit that guy? No. Just stay away.
I go quickly.
On my way.
Smiley can go on Overwatch.
I'm on it. Target eliminated.
How many of these creatures can still be in this city?
Advent has been sending purifier squads into these cities for years, yet somehow the Lost survive, even thrive. We do not know why.
Weapons burning ammo
There's Too Tall, keeping him honest. Even with a shotgun, because of the height we have, he's got a decent chance here.
Target eliminated. I need ammo. Ready.
Nice.
Hostile neutralized. Come get some.
I understand.
As I said, we're all heading over to the alley there. Nice shooting.
Taken care of.
Foose.
Could use some ammo over here. I'm on it.
We'll just set ourselves up to make a break for it here.
Solid copy.
And there's Mox running along on the ground.
Moving far.
You see, again, cover doesn't matter so much with the Lost, but it's a habit that you don't really want to break, because later
No
on,
need to ask twice.
things get messy. And that's just fine.
That is not good.
2 in a row, still fine, but... See how these swarms can get kind of out of control.
This city stood whole. Still, I feel revulsion at what happened to this place, to these people.
I believe you.
Alright, so let's start cleaning up the mess. We'll start with Outrider here.
Remember, they are not victims. Your friends will join you soon. My ammunition is almost gone. For the Reapers!
Basically just making a path here. I want to leave some room to move forward, so we'll switch over to another. Foose wants to reload. So he's not going to do any shooting yet. Bellyache, sure.
Target neutralized. Hostile neutralized. Good riddance. Running dry on ammo.
Way to clean it up, Bruce. Nicely done.
Let's do this.
And now we'll start moving forward a little bit.
Headed there now.
I move.
with a few people on Overwatch, just in case.
Moving on target location.
Because that's just smart.
Affirmative, covering now. Moving to designated position. Affirmative, covering now.
I'm on the move.
Affirmative, moving out.
Cheetal took one down, which is nice.
Taking care of.
Mox misses.
I have failed us.
There will come a day when my people take back this place for our own.
If they are all like you, that is a likely possibility.
Alright, so best case scenario right now is slowly advancing while we drop things. Chance to hit at this range isn't great, but
confirmed.
It gets better the closer you get.
Enemy destroyed.
Although doing that with a guy who only had one shot left might not have been the smartest thing. Still.
Heading out. Kill confirmed.
This is where you start seeing cover is not really essential.
Moving out. Got it covered.
I go as ordered. Watch order confirmed.
Affirmative. Moving out. Moving to Overwatch.
I am trusting you.
And when those zombies walk out, there's gonna be a lot of firing going on. Nice.
Detecting additional lost converging near the evacuation coordinates. I advise caution. It would seem the lost are on to our strategy.
It is the Elder's will that this alliance fall. It will take more than mere lost for that to happen.
Okay, now we need to make some tracks. Very close to extraction, as you can see. But I expect we'll get one more wave.
Good to go.
I advance.
Double time.
Yeah, there it is.
Firebrand's in position, but the evac zone's even hotter than we thought. Running out of time here, people.
Tell her to hold as long as she can. We will be there.
Alright, we're just gonna evac.
Volk says I am to obey.
I think I'm gonna waste any time shooting the Lost here.
Running.
Advancing quickly.
Location confirmed.
The entire swarm converges upon us. We cannot hold this position much longer.
Outrider to Avenger, where the hell's our exit? This is as low as I can get her!
No! I do not intend to die this day. I will follow. 410.
He's doing a lot of talking for a guy who should be running.
Time to return home, traitor.
Ah, poor Mox. Just when you think you're out, they drag you back in.
It looks like we'll be getting some help from these new factions. I'd love to check out some of their weapons and equipment if we have time.
Alright, I'm gonna say that one pretty well. So, let's get on with some promotions here.
We may have chosen a different means of resistance, but our people fight for the same reason, for the world we once knew. Together we will end this occupation, or die trying.
The Resistance factions take a more flexible approach to training than traditional soldiers, and can often learn multiple new abilities with each promotion. They will adapt to follow your choices, Commander.
So when you level these guys up, you get to choose what power they get going all the way forward. You can also go back and pick up extra powers you didn't get before. Based on a point system here, and you can see this soldier has 11 points to spend. Then there's an XCOM pool that gives you other points you can spend as well, which lets you give additional abilities to your soldiers later on, which is kind of cool. So she can either get Remote Start, which lets her blow things up from a distance, or she can get Blood Trail, which gives her +1 damage if the target's already been wounded. I'm a fan of blowing things up, even with the lost.
Each of our soldiers is rated based on their understanding of our tactics and capabilities, something we refer to as combat intelligence. Because of their unique experiences in the field, our faction soldiers from the Resistance will gain access to new abilities based on this combat intelligence.
Okay, so let's see what all my friends are gonna be. Bellyache is gonna be a sharpshooter. Okay, honestly, I did not see that coming. I figured a heavy or something like that, but you know what? It'll work. It'll work. Foose, specialist. That actually works for the guy. Works in high tech. He's a very thoughtful and methodical guy. Specialist. Yep, I can see it. Smiley is the heavy. Works with his bandana, don't you think? Anyway, good. And finally, Too Tall goes up a level. So, we are selecting Blade Master. Extra damage with the sword, which, now, I haven't used that a lot in this one, but in the previous episode you saw with Deliverance, I tend to use the sword a fair bit. It's very useful. So getting extra damage on that is a good thing. Okay. No loot to speak of.
Efficiently executed and no casualties. You can lead the Reapers any day, Commander. Well done.
And we got our rewards.
Commander, having these two soldiers continue to work together has paid off. They know each other well enough at this point that we can have them train as a pair for additional tactical capabilities.
Right, and I forgot to pay attention to that on the last screen. These two guys are now friendly enough that they can bond with each other. So, let's just take a look at this for a moment. Low supplies, yeah.
If you had hoped to deceive me, you'll have to try harder. Our newest captive is the price of your failure.
And they have captured Mox. Now, don't despair. Later on, with a covert action, we can free the guy.
We should talk to our friends with the Resistance. If we deploy on a covert action, they can help us find out where our captured soldier is being held.
Thank you for sending additional support staff to assist me, Commander. I will make sure they are put to good use.
So this is the interesting thing. You can see it's encouraging us to make these bonds. And I didn't make it right away because I wanted to take a look at who could get a bond and who couldn't.
To investigate the possibility of clandestine advent facilities built up outside the city centers. Now that we've gotten word of this black site, I have to admit, I'm worried about what we might find.
So we've got 4 people who can form bonds here. Let's take a look and see who can do what. You can make a bond with either of these two. Very high with Bellyache. Okay. Now we gotta think this through in terms of who do I want bonded with who. You can bond with Bellyache or Outrider. Okay. It's interesting that Tutal doesn't have any bonds ready to go. Who can Foose bond with? The reason I'm looking at this is because I don't want to make a... Yeah, see, he can only bond with one person, Bellyache, but very high. Let's go with that one.
Commander, the media is a powerful tool. Just ask Advent's propaganda machine. I say it's time we turned it against them. By spreading the word of our soldiers' exploits in combat, we can bolster morale throughout the Resistance.
Okay, so time for a poster. I'll skip time so you don't have to sit through the creation. And there we have it, folks. Hey, I really like this guy. When he's not complaining about stuff. And it's up to you to decide who's saying that. Now, just to get back to this, the reason I was looking so closely at those bonds is because I didn't want to bond 2 soldiers and then find out I couldn't bond anybody else. Because it looks like we've got the capacity to make 2 bonds here. Although, having said that, I hardly ever use Outrider. Well, maybe this will convince me to do it. I know... Well, that's interesting. I was going to say, I know Tutal liked Smiley, but it turns out Smiley doesn't like Tutal so much. Huh. I kind of figured there was one score across the board for that. Interesting. Alright, I'm going to bond these guys anyway. Alright, I may never use these two, because, like I said, I don't use Outrider that much, but they look great together. Okay, so that is the end of the first big mission against the Chosen. And that is also the end of this episode, which probably ran a little long. So thanks again for watching, folks, and we'll see you next time.